From Victorville in the high desert, California, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Pick your survivor today. It's our normal survivor format, except the higher seeds chose the matches instead of us. Kyle Reed and Sorel Cardinez, your two remaining survivors in the scratch division. This will be Reed shooting in the fourth with the chance to gain about a 26-pin early lead here if he can get a double. Ooh, instead he gets super lucky to leave only that 4-pin. But if he spares it up, he will lead by, he will trail by 7 pins as his opponent Sorel started with 3 in a row. Get my bearings straight, that's Sorel's screen there. You can see his open in the fourth. And that's Kyle with clean without the double here on the left-hand screen. "47-year-old Kyle Reed hasn't been on our show for a little while. Glad to see him getting some camera time there. Yes. Pick your nickname. George Lopez, Cheech. It goes on and on. To their left, Emily Cheeseman and Katie Kipler are playing for the Handicap division title, as one of them is going to win their first main division JBT event. Emily's so close to doing that yesterday with the runner-up finish to Dawson Reese. Katie has a second place finish to her name too. I believe that was in Barstow, where she will not be defending that second place, I'm afraid, which is a dang shame. As see Emily, gets that 10-pin to roll over there. Emily is getting 10 pins in that match. Katie has to win by 10 to tie and 11 to win. Meanwhile, Reed went high and got the pins to skid around a little bit, so he's, fortunately for him, left the 9.5 10. That 9 is off spot to the right, which makes it significantly easier. You got a very narrow margin to make an on-spot 9-10. Kipler rips a 7-pin over there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, very nice. That might have made the regular 9-10. Well done from Reed. His decades of experience coming through for him. Good turnout today. Counts for both Mojave and SoCal points. All the SoCal bowlers came north. All the Mojave bowlers came, well, south-southwest. Thank you, Josh. Great job. Cali Josh taking his leave. Off to sectionals for him. Sorel rings a 10-pin. We bowled on some sort of variant of Badger today. A little bit more friction than we usually see on Badger.
Mexico length Badger.
So that was, the bowlers were able to score a little higher than sometimes. Sometimes on Badger there's just no friction at all. Today there was a little bit, but it's still the general characteristics of a lot in the middle. But it also wants to hook at your toes if you, look out. Hook at your toes if you go outside. So if you're a big power player like Sorel, you're trying to ride that oil that's deep inside and never really get the ball far to the right at all. He didn't get the ball far to the right at all in that 10-pin shot either, which means back-to-back opens, and now the lead does change as Sorel trails by 2 pins. Sorel trying to join the elite double-digit title club. He's got 9 career wins, including a couple invitationals. 10 wins is super hard to get to on our tour. And you see, he's using, that's about max speed for Sorel, and he is just trying to jam the ball into the 1-3, playing a little fade there. Worked really well the last game on this pair. He shot 259, Reed shot 258 to eliminate Mabry in 3rd place, so that line should be there. It's just a matter of executing. If, however, by playing on top of each other, that line started to dry up, I don't know if Sorel has another move to make at this point. He is probably going to stick basically with this game plan for lack of enough time to try something else at this point. Emily rapidly improving. She won 3 matches in the stepladder yesterday. She's got 73 through 5, getting those 10 extra pins, and she watched Sorel shoot that 10-pin and said, I can do that too. Sorry, Sorel. Very sorry, Sorel. As she whips it. I get the Ushka look from Cardinez and family there. Kyle with a lot less rotation than Sorel, but essentially playing the same place on the lane. And that ball checks up early on him. And he refuses to believe it. That's the typical Kyle Reed move on the approach there. If the shot doesn't end up good, he does a little 360 up there. He does a little with the hand. Says this is just the most unbelievable thing since since unsliced bread. This guy finished third over in the handicap division today. That's Connor Steelman Hill. Haven't seen in a while. Connor's mom already texting the universe about it. She's gonna be so happy I caught that moment on camera. It's all right. Meanwhile, Katie made the 2-7 over there. A good spare for the left-hander. She got herself a nice little lead of 25 pins, and she's only got to win by 10. So she's in good shape. Pretty nice form that Katie has. A real nice line, real good follow through. Pretty good shot to leave only the 3. Reed covered it up with no problem. He's got himself a 1-pin deficit. Spare working, 7th frame. Crushes that one. Big thanks to Victor for hosting us. Andrew Guba crushed a 300 game earlier today. He won the MSC rolling jackpot, $500 for that 300 game. That's a nice visit to the Victorville for him. See what Cardenas does here to adjust. Wow. So he piped it even more, and even with all that rotation, Badger will make you leave a very flat 10 if you hit it there, and that's what happened. And of course you have to shoot the pin that you missed. And that's bowling. Allison Esvido had a heck of a day. She took home 5th place in the main division. She beat Kaylee M. Kong to win girls scratch, and she beat Solomon to win U17. Look out, and a carbon copy of how he missed the last 10 pin. He does it again. That's very un-Sorrell-like, folks. He's an excellent spare shooter, or you wouldn't have 9 titles. You can go a long time seeing him miss back-to-back 10s. Still a close match, though. Just for his own confidence here, he needs to slam 10 pins in. That's the ball change. And then it grabs on him. Boy, the ball he wants to do, it goes light. The ball he switched 2 checks up. He's in trouble all of a sudden in this match. Kipler in trouble all of a sudden too, as Cheeseman doubled over there and Emily misses the head pin left. The complexion of that match has changed quite a bit in the last frame and a half as well. So big finish is coming here. That always tricky 310. Oh goodness. So this time exactly. This time he hits the 10, of course, but he had a 3 standing at the same time. That is huge trouble. 3 opens in 4 frames. Kyle Reed has not been this close to a JBT title in quite a while. And he'll see if he can finally finish one off here. Katie unable to convert that spare as well. She's now down to 120 through 8. And now trails in the match scratch. Emily has never been closer to a JBT title. So big flip-flops in the last 5 minutes here as the bowlers who trailed both now have the lead. This is a giant shot for Kyle Reed here, working on the strike. Boy, such a big hook spot if you leak it at all to the right at this point. Gets 1 pin out to make it a little easier with that only 3-6 instead of the 3-6-10. Kipler, meanwhile, a 6 pin in her 9th. There she is. All right. Nicely converted there. Cheeseman's got the tournament on her right hand right now. Working on a double for her in the 9th. Tricky 3-6 on this pattern. That's nicely done. So Reed leads by 22 with 2 frames to go. Here's a huge shot for Emily. Well, it'll be a lot worse than a 9 pin. Spares it up, she'll lead by 7, and she's getting 10 more. That'll put her in really prime position. She takes no time at all between her first and second ball. She always bowls like that. Look out! Woo! Tickle that 9 pin over. The old extra coat of paint for Emily. Kyle just wants to fill some frames here. Oh, wow. Whoa! Oh, almost pulled a Mabry. Is he still in the house? I think he took off. Mabry rolled about 7 3-pins today that I saw. That means there are probably more. Here's Cheeseman in her 10th.
And a Bruckle.
Yes, we know, Zach. Oh, speaking of, Zach, you said that magic word, and Emily gets a wonderfully timed Brooklyn for a strike in the 10th. Kyle, just relax and knock over that 3-pin. And still got your opponent on the ropes. Look out. All right. Not pretty, but the pin's gone. That's all that matters. Best Kipler can do is 174. Emily's got 171 plus the 10 if she spares that. Guess what, Emily? Welcome to the Champs Club. The best shirt in bowling is in the TOC. Now can Sorrell pull out anything here in the 9th frame? Yes! Explosive ball. Finally gets the ball to both push and turn over. That's a tricky 2 things to do right now. Gets it there. Kyle Reed strikes spares for 193. Sorrell gets 3 in the 10th for 192. This could be yet another 1 or 2 pin finish, and we have had a bunch of them in the last month. That's the ball that Kipler wanted all match long. Best shot of the match. It's going to become a little bit too late. Sorrell has to have this first one now, right here. You love it? Oh!
Please let us know. We will get that for you.
Boy, just barely hangs on long enough to trip that 4. That shot makes Reed mark. This shot makes Reed fill 20. And of course, they fall for Katie at this point. She's got a girls win, but it's going to be a runner-up finish if the ball belt lasts long enough to finish this match.
Make that 26, all right. No ball 26.
Obviously an enormous shot for Sorrell. He posts it. Oh, what a vicious ring 10. He got the push, but didn't get the ball to face up. Nice finish from Kipler. It's a scratch win, but it's a handicap match. Nice sportsmanship from the ladies. Emily wins her first. Sorrell with a chance. It's important that he make this spare, though, and he hasn't made it yet this game. And he's not going to make it again. 3 times he misses the 10-pin. That's astonishing. And that makes life a lot easier for Kyle, because now 9 miss is 181 and a win. So 9 on this ball now wins. And that's so huge, because when you have a bowler like Kyle hasn't been in this position for a while, that whatever he leaves would have been, you know, tricky. A 5-pin is tough to make when you got to make it for a title. Now he can. Interesting sidebar from Pop over there. Now if he leaves a 9 count, he doesn't care. He's the winner. Boy, oh boy. And that is a giveaway on Sorrell. And can Kyle say thank you very much and finish it off?
Come on, kid. Come on,
Look
kid.
out. Boy, did that check up in a hurry. That ball hooked at 25 feet. He just said, how did I shoot 250? They're both wondering that at this point. They just shot 259 and 258 on this pair, and by rolling that 6-pin over there, thank goodness for him, he doesn't have to shoot that 10-pin. He's the winner.
Mix it up, it'll be 12 for 12.
Is that right? Well, we start every tournament with make your spares. He made his 12th 10-pin out of 12 leaves, and he is a winner. We got a lope.
Yep.
I expected an antelope winner yesterday, last week in Antelope Lanes, but a week later we got one. There are antelope around here, aren't there? It's the Antelope Valley out here. No? Oh, it's Victor Valley, Apple Valley. Whatever. He won the tournament. 72-year-old Kyle Reed is back in the winner's circle.
PBA 50.
You aged me in that title match. Good stuff out of all of our finalists. We'll do it all over again in 5 days in Albuquerque. We'll see you there. We'll see him later.